Welcome to Scary Mary Asia, a place where ancient myths whisper in the dark, where forgotten legends rise again, and where every shadow has a story to tell. From haunted villages deep in the jungles, to cursed temples, restless spirits, and creatures that walk between worlds, here we uncover Asia's darkest tales. If you love chilling stories, mysterious legends, and real-life hauntings, you're in the right place. Every day, we bring you stories that'll make your skin crawl, and maybe make you question what's real. So, before we begin, hit that subscribe button, because your support keeps these stories alive and helps this channel grow. And trust me, you don't want the spirits to be the only ones watching. Scary Mary Asia, where myths breathe and nightmares come alive.
Haunted Villages of Asia. Episode 11. The towns that time forgot. Some villages are abandoned because of war, some because of famine, but others because something stayed behind. Tonight, on Scary Mary Asia, we wander through the haunted villages of Asia, where laughter once filled the air. And now, only echoes answer. Subscribe before you lose your way among the ruins. Story 1. Kampung Kepayang, Malaysia. The village that waits near Ipola is Kampung Kepayang, a town left behind by time. The old shophouses stand silent, windows covered in dust, but at night, the lights flicker back on. Travelers report hearing footsteps on the wooden balconies, and faint music from a gramophone that hasn't played in 50 years. A photographer once captured a crowd standing in front of a store. When he looked again, the street was empty. Locals say the spirits never realized everyone else had left. Story 2. Fendu Ghost City, China. The Bridge of Judgment on the banks of the Yangtze River lies. Fendu Ghost City, built to resemble the underworld. Ancient belief says every soul must pass its gates after death. Tourists visiting the site claim to see faces in the mist and hear their names whispered as they cross the Bridge of Judgment. One woman collapsed halfway. She said someone invisible held her hand, whispering, "You don't belong here." Yet, sound. Echoing breath. Bell chime fading. Her photos later showed a shadow standing beside her, tall, with horns carved from smoke. Story 3. Bangar Fort, India. The cursed city Bangar, known as India's most haunted village, cursed by a sorcerer whose love was betrayed. Every inhabitant vanished overnight centuries ago. No one is allowed to enter after sunset. Those who did were never seen again. A group of explorers once camped near the ruins. Their final radio message was a scream, followed by the sound of stone doors slamming shut. When rescuers arrived at dawn, the fort stood silent, their tents empty, campfires still burning. Story 4. Kawa Ijen Village, Indonesia. De Bluefier, near the sulfur lakes of East Java, once stood a small mining village. Locals called it Kampung Api Biru, the Blue Fire Village. Miners who inhaled the gas often vanished into the crater's mist. Now, hikers claim to see their glowing silhouettes walking along the rim, carrying baskets of invisible sulfur. One visitor recorded a man waving to him across the crater, but there was no path there. When he zoomed in, the figure's eyes were burning blue. Story 5. Shirakawa-go, Japan. The House of Dolls. Deep in the Japanese Alps, the village of Shirakawa-go looks peaceful. Steep thatched roofs, snow-covered lanes, but one house remains locked. Known as Ningyoya, the House of Dolls. Decades ago, a craftsman made dolls for every villager who died. When he vanished, his home filled with hundreds of them, each with lifelike glass eyes. Tourists who peek inside say some dolls turn their heads to follow the light. And if you listen closely, you'll hear them whispering names that haven't been spoken in generations. Time may forget these villages, but something inside them remembers. So if you ever find yourself on a lonely road, and you see an abandoned town calling to you, don't stop. This is Scary Mary Asia. Subscribe and join me next episode for episode 12, Haunted Seas of Asia, the waters that swallow souls.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like, share, and comment.